All right, it sounds good from here. Uh, Make sure I'm live. All right, everything looks good. All right. Um, Shalom Akim. Before I begin this live stream, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. And I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule very well. That's going to continually feeding the flock through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. And much love and salutations to the hopeful elect, as I'm also doing this work in all faith, true sincerity, and all diligence. All right. Now, basically, man, this video is going to be entitled "They Love Not Their Lives Unto Death." All right, because you know, us here at Great Millstone, you know, we carry ourselves a certain way, you know, and by me saying that, and basically, we're not here to you know, to better our lives here, or you know, trying to get some type of career, you know, not trying to get a one leg up on society, you know, like they always say. But we're put on this earth to fulfill a purpose. All right, we're on this earth, put on this earth to by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua to fulfill one purpose, and that's to go out and teach. All right, go out and bring back the elect. Okay, because that's the thing, man. You know, these people out here, you know, these other Israelite groups as well. They believe they're gonna be here for 20 plus years, man. Which that's not even the case, man. I mean, the things that you see now that's going on nowadays, man, you can clearly see that the times are speeding up, and that this place is circling the drain even more, man. This place is falling even faster than what it was before. Okay, so you know, like it says in the book of I believe Second Peter, it said, you know, what manner of person ought you to be in all holy conversation and godliness. And now you're seeing all these things happening. Okay, and also too, man, you know, you still got, you know, and I already know they're out there. You know, you got guys that think that we still gonna be here, man. That we still gonna be here for a long, long time. All right. In which that case, man, you just, you know, you lost the faith, man. Or you lost the faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right. You believe that he's not gonna come back anytime soon, man, which the scriptures tell you, man, look, he's gonna come back as a thief in the night, you know, where you least expect it. Okay. So, you know, on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and start off this lesson by getting these precepts going. Said before, man, these other Israelite groups, you know, they still think we're gonna be here like 20 years. I mean, even IUIC even made a statement about making, you know, furthering their business, and because really what they got going on is a business, man. If you really look at it, I mean, you can clearly see that that's a business going on, man. All right. I mean, you can tell that Nate has taken this truth and used it for filthy gain, man. Even scriptures speak about men like that, man. They say men that's teaching for filthy lucre. Okay, filthy lucre is filthy gain. Okay, filthy gain. So that's what he's doing, man. He's taking this truth and he's selling it to 2/3, man. Because really, the majority of the people that's in that group is 2/3 club, man. You can clearly see that, man. But still, you got some of the elect that's a part of IUIC, ISUPK, GOCC that's going to come out of that, and you can clearly see that, man. We had there was one video that was recently posted. One guy that posted a video, he left IUIC, and he clearly exposed them, man. He exposed them on the name. All right, and you know, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that he sold out, man. All right, because once you do away with that name, you know, you can clearly see that, you know, he's not real, man. All right, he's not real. He's not really about this truth. He's not really about, you know, getting out of America. All right, he's not about all that, man. It's just, you know, he just set up to fool the rest of you, Jake, man. All right. Now, as far as, you know, bringing out info about Hebrew Israelites, you know, letting you know that that's your true nationality, because yeah, that is true. That is your true nationalities. So-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true Hebrew Israelites, the real biblical Hebrew Israelites. But they don't tell you the rest of the prophecies, though. All right, they only tell you about your nationality. Okay, in which they're only doing half of the work, which is laid out in Ezekiel chapter 37, where it speaks about the dry bones. All right, the bones coming together with another bone, and then the flesh coming upon those bones. All right, but guess what? They don't have that breath. All right, they don't have the breath for you know, basically the congregation to live, man. And it starts with the name. All right, it starts with the name, man. If you don't have that name, then you know there's no way you're gonna get out of here. There's no way that you're gonna make it through. All right, why is that? Because even the scripture say it itself, man. It said that him that call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Okay, so there you go. All right, but you know, not to get too far into that, I actually want to get the screen share going, get these precepts. All right. Now, the first precept that I got is Revelation chapter 12, verse 11, which is this the title of the video, and it's and I'm gonna read it. It says, "And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb." All right, in which the blood of the Lamb, like I did in the last stream, I pretty much gave a little bit of insight on the blood, what it means by the blood of the Lamb, because through shedding His blood, that's for the redemption of our sins, man. All right, because without Yahushua, man, we wouldn't even be able to get up out of here. All right, we even had a chance, a snowball's chance to be even to make it out of America, man. All right. So just for him to making that sacrifice, man, hey, he has much due honors, man. He deserves all the honors, right along with his Father. Okay, he sits at the right hand of the Heavenly Father. Okay, therefore, yeah, we give him the ultimate praise and the ultimate honors and the ultimate glory. All right, which by we always say we give ultimate praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. Okay. Now it says they overcame him, and the him is talking about Esau. All right, you know, these devils. All right. And basically is in tune with Satan, you know, because they do get their power from Satan. All right, because there is a spiritual demon called Satan, you know, don't get it twisted. All right. But that's a whole different topic in a whole nother video. And it said, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. What's that? Prophecy. All right. Why is that? Because if you go into I can't think of it at the top of my head right now, but it says this testimony where it speaks about when John the Baptist was about to bow down to an angel. The angel told us, "See thou doest not, I am thy fellow servant." And he told him, worship the Most High, because the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. All right, so there you go, man. It said so the word of testimony, which is prophecy, which, you know, it's clear that, you know, Great Millstone is the only one that even speaks about prophecy, because the other Israelite groups are not even touching on the subject of prophecy. I mean, you got guys that may try to break it down, but they can't because they don't understand it. Okay. And they love not their lives unto death. All right. And it said they love not their lives unto death, man. So in other words, we're not of this world, man. We don't love our lives here, man. I mean, what's the thing of loving our lives here, man? All right. In other words, you would rather be complacent and accept, you know, the ways of America. All right. Which means, you know, heavy debt, always have to live in poverty. All right. Have to basically, you know, just eat the crumbs off Esau's table, in which the money that, you know, Jake got nowadays, man, ain't nothing compared to the international bankers, man. There's nothing compared to the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and the Gatesburgs, and the DuPonts, and so on and so forth. The money that Jake got, man, you can't touch that, man. All right, you can't touch the amount of money that these elites got. So why are you comfortable here in America? All right, you still here as a slave. You're still a slave here in America, man. You're not free. All right. If we were free, then we would be able to go back to our own land, which is Israel. But no, we can't. All right, because first and foremost, the tokens of slavery, right, is your passport, right, which you need to even leave the country and go into another one, right? Your driver license, your ID, to even identify you and who you are, your social security number, right, which you get, which labels you as an American citizen, all right, and your birth certificate, man. Okay, so those are the tokens of slavery, man. All right. So I let you know, man. Yeah, you're still a slave here, man. Don't ever think that you're free, man. Because a lot of Jake, man, they get fooled saying, thinking that because they don't have to work as hard as they did back then. It's the same thing, man. All right. I mean, don't you have to work to live? Don't you got to work to make sure to have food on the table, the water you can drink, to be able to live in a house, have a roof over your head, be able to have some clothes, you know? You have to work. Okay. That's voluntary servitude, man. All right. So if you don't volunteer for it, then guess what? You're just gonna starve. All right. And you may die. All right. And end up on the street somewhere, man. So, why would you want to stay here in America, man? All right. So, and that's basically what it's about, man, because Jake, nowadays, man, they don't care about Yahweh about Shem Yahshai. They don't care about the Bible. They don't care about the scripture because they think they only have one life. All right. And they want to live it to the fullest. All right. Which that's not even the case, because for one thing, they don't understand about regeneration or reincarnation, however you want to call it. They don't understand about that yeah, they are going to come back, but they're going to be shamefaced. Now there's a scripture that speak about that. It says then those who are with Yahweh Shai, or the ones that's actually doing his work, they're gonna await to everlasting life, and the other ones are gonna await, which is the 2/3. They're gonna await to shame and everlasting contempt. So they're gonna be shamefaced in the kingdom. All right. So really, they ain't gonna have no benefits of the kingdom. They're just gonna be citizens. All right, and they're gonna be shamefaced, and they're gonna be under subjection under the government, or under Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. So there it is, man. Now I'm gonna grab a next precept, which is this is John chapter 15, verse 19, right? And it says, if you were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. All right. So there it goes, man. It said, look, if you are the world, then the world will love his own, man. All right. Because right now, as you got this day and age, you got Jake, which is like every man for himself, man. All right. And which really, that's under the spirit of these devils, right? Because they are like dogs. All right. They go after their own portion. All right, whatever they try to get, man. It's every man for himself here in America. All right. Not one person not even looking out for the other one, man. It's every man for himself. That's how Jake is today, man. Because Jake will get what they have to get, and they'll get over you just to get it. All right. But yeah, Khan, yeah, I see, man. Yeah, man, Revelation 19:10. Slacky, I just now tuned into the chat. Okay. So I got a precept. I'm gonna bring it out. Actually, I'm gonna go to it. Let's see. Yeah, so Proverbs 18:10. And it says, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous run into and is safe. So that's talking about earlier, but it's going to these other Israelite camps. So we pretty much passed the spirit on that. Then you had another precept. Let me get that real quick. All right. Yeah, that's the one I was looking for. Yep. So pretty much those two precepts going to where I was talking about earlier. So the spirit kind of passed on that. Slacky. I just tuned into the chat. Yeah. I guess the other Akim may come in, but shoot, you're getting fed right now. So Barakatha how about Shem Yahushai? Okay. Now going back to Revelation chapter 12, verse 11, I'm gonna read again. And it says, and they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto death. All right. So it is again, man, just to reiterate what I was talking about earlier, we pretty much, man, that's the type of spirit that we're in. We don't love our lives at all, man. Actually, I'm gonna get two examples of that. That just goes to show you that we're the true prophets of the Lord, man. All right. We're the true prophets of the Lord, man. Because why is that? Because the prophets back in the ancient world, they didn't celebrate, their own birthday, in which, these people celebrate their birthday now, you know, a day dedicated to them. They celebrate the day of their birth. But the prophets back then, they didn't celebrate their lives, man. All right. They weren't all about, living comfortably and stuff like that. They were busy caring about the things of the Lord, to be even getting into all that kind of stuff, because they understood that whatever Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, whatever message that he gave them, they would have to publish that, man. And soon, and actually, just to bring this out, whenever you receive something from Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, there's a sense of urgency. And I know the Ak know exactly what I'm talking about, because me and him go back on it every now and then, which we've been going back and forth about it frequently. But yeah, man, it's a sense of urgency whenever you get the message from the Lord, man, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, because that's the message from how should I say it? From the magic, or should I say majesty? I should say kingdom, all right, or the king. Whenever a king sends a message to his messenger, whenever you tell him to do something, he got to do it. All right, that's authority. All right, there's a thing called chain of command. All right, but not to get too far off into it. Whenever the prophets received that message, they did it with urgency and they did it with haste. Okay, and see, and that's the time to win today, man. We're doing this work hastily. All right, why is that? Because when we're out there speaking, really we're hastening the day when we're out there. All right, why is that? Because even us being out there fulfills prophecy. Okay, so there it is, man. But 2/3, they're pretty much too busy about stuff that concerns them in their present life today. And see, and that's another thing that we go over too, man, is that these 2/3, man, they do whatever they can in their prime, about 25 to 30 years old, 35 to 40. And then when they get older, when that body starts to shut down, then they want to turn to the Lord, man. Then they want to start going to church and doing this and that, and give tithes and donations, and try to feed the homeless and stuff like that. When they're about to hit the deathbed, when they're about to get into the deathbed, should I say, then they want to start getting their life right, man. So that's a testament to what I was talking about earlier, man. That YOLO bullshit, as I see on the chat, man. But yeah, man. All right, and I got another precept. Yeah, he's feeding us with precepts right now. So, see, I'm gonna go to it real quick. All right, that's the book of Hebrews chapter 11, verse 25. It says, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of the Most High than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, and that's the spirit. Yeah, man, because we choose rather to suffer the affliction with the people of the Most High, which that's being a hopeful elect. All right, because guess what? Yahweh Shai had to go through it, so we got to go through it. All right. Now the scripture that says the servant is not above his master. So guess what? We got to suffer that affliction too, man. We're not exempt from that. All right. We're not exempt from that same suffering that he received, man. And not only that, which really brings us to this, being able to suffer like this, really, it's the spirit, man. Because these, people don't understand that, really it's already aforementioned that we were going to suffer these things. Okay, it was already written that we were going to suffer these things, man. That's why the elect has already been sealed, man. I mean, we already know this. All right, it's already been sealed. We're just waiting for them to wake up now, man. All right, there's 144,000, man, and they're already sealed. Okay, now reading on, it says, then to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season, and really, and that's true, man, because this is a little season. All right, going back to Revelations. Actually, let me read it real quick. This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It said, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right, so there it is, man. That's that little season was spoken about in Hebrews, man. Okay. So in other words, man, these people enjoying the their worldly pleasures, getting into all kinds of madness, just for a season, man, not knowing that pretty soon the Lord's about to return. All right, like the I just brought out earlier, man, that YOLO spirit, man. All right. Actually, I was holding another precept in the apocrypha, but let me get this real quick because I think I already know what I'm going to get. Bear me for 1 second. Since you brought that out. All right. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, and just to get straight to the point. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'm starting verse 1. All right. It's Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2, verse 1, and it reads, "For the ungodly said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious." What's that sound like? That's that YOLO spirit that we were talking about, man. All right. And they say, "In the death of a man, there is no remedy." In other words, you're gonna die, man. That's inevitable. That's the great equalizer. All right. As we like to say here in over here in our camp, Alabama camp, death is the great equalizer, man. I said, neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. In which that's what they say, but really they don't understand about reincarnation or regeneration, man. All right. So it said, "For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke and a little spark in the movement of our heart, which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air." All right, once again, man, it is inevitable. It says, "And our name shall be forgotten in time, and no man shall have our works in remembrance." All right. And and that's actually that's a clear cut, man. Why is that? Because guess what? In the future, their words are no man. It's saying right here, like I said, no man shall have our works in remembrance. Yeah, you're right. Your words are not going to be in remembrance. Because guess what? Once you come back in the kingdom, right, and then once you find out what you do, guess what, man? It's not you're not going to be honored for what you did in this life, man. You're not going to be honored for, oh well, I hit this one this man's or woman back in my past life, hey, I got to get some recognition for that. No, man. All right. That's what really this sentence, you can use it in that way. Is that where it's saying no man shall have our works in remembrance? And yeah, that's right, man. You're not going to be honored for the things that you do. I'm talking about the 2/3. But the men that actually put their lives on the line and actually go out there and do the work for you, how about Shimei Shah say, guess what? That they're going to have their works in remembrance. All right. But the 2/3, their works are not going to be in remembrance. All right. So really, by them even thinking about that or having to start in their head, saying that, oh, well, the things that we do is not going to be remembered. Well, they really condemn themselves. All right. And our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun and overcome with the heat thereof. Verse 5, it said, "For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning. For it is fast sealed that no man cometh again." And see, that's what they reason within themselves. This is verse 6. It said, "Come on, therefore." All right. See, "Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present." In other words, live life to the fullest. That's what they're saying. All right. Live life to the fullest and do whatever you can, in this life, because you only live once. All right. And so let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth. All right. Which really, man, that's just clear sodomy, man. If you really want to break it down. All right. Because guess what, man? It said they want to enjoy the things that are present, right? And they want to use the creatures like it's in the youth, man. So in other words, they're gonna use their life right now to do whatever they can, do whatever wickedness that they can do today, and then they're gonna think that the Lord's not gonna have that in remembrance of what they do, man. Because that's another thing too. They think that they're gonna be forgiven for what they do, so they're gonna do it anyway. All right. they're gonna do it anyway. Okay. But yeah, it's pretty much it on that, man. Let's see. I want to go to I want to go to John chapter 15. And I believe I read this already, but I'm gonna read it again. It says, if you of the world will love his own, but because you are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. All right. And see, that's another thing, man. They think that and actually we dealt with this last weekend too, man. They're saying, oh, well, who are you to judge? You can't judge me. You can't judge me. Well, yeah, we can. All right, because even the scripture itself said, who have known the mind of the Lord? All right, but we have the mind of the Lord. Okay, so yeah, we can judge. All right, and therefore, they hate us because they hate authority. All right, when we go out there in the highways and byways, we speaking to them because we know the mind of the Lord and we know His judgments. All right, we know what's right from wrong. We can distinguish between right and wrong, but they can't. All right, because for one thing, we're spiritual, because the spiritual man can discern from right and wrong, but the carnal man can't do that. Okay. Yeah, it's right. Job chapter 20, verse 5. Yeah, I'm gonna read it from here. I don't worry about getting it. It says that the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. And see, and that's right, man. All right. It says the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite is but for a moment. So that just ties right into the precept which I got earlier in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2. All right. But going back to John chapter 15, verse 19, speaking more on this precept, like I said before, man, they hate authority, man. All right. They hate authority, man. And therefore, they hate us, man, because they're thinking that, wait, hold on, the Lord chose you. I mean, and really, they take it to a whole nother level and say, man, look what you got on, man. You got on a dress, you got on this and that, you got tattoos, this and that, and they go all the way in left field with it. All right. But so once again, man, they hate us, man. Because why? Because the Lord chosen us to do this. All right. Because we know, because we have the knowledge and they don't. Okay. Now, going from there, let's see. There we go. Perfect precept. This 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 3. It says, know ye not that we shall judge angels? And see, that's another mystery. All right, that these people don't understand. That it said, hey, know ye not that we shall judge angels? All right. So guess what, man? In the kingdom, and man, look, I'm telling you, in the kingdom is gonna be beautiful, man. All right. It's gonna be absolutely beautiful, man. You cannot imagine what it's gonna be like, man. Just from reading this one precept and this one sentence in this precept right here, man. It said, know ye not that we shall judge angels. All right. So you have it within your power, and that's another thing too, man. We're gonna get spiritual power, which that's another thing these people don't understand. All right. It said we're gonna be able to judge angels, man. In other words, we're gonna tell them what to do. Because guess what, man? The things that received of Yahushua, guess what? We're gonna do that and also greater. And that's in the book of John, I believe John chapter 14. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, man, the things that we're gonna do, we're gonna do the same as Yahushua and even greater than what he did back in the past life, in the ancient world when he was walking the earth. All right. Because why is that? Because we're joint heirs with Yahushua. All right. So the things that he get, we're also going to get, but he's going to have the preeminence. In other words, he's going to have the first of everything. Okay. Now it says, reading on the precept that I got, it says, how much more things that pertain to this life. All right. So that's true, man. How much more things that pertain to this life, man. So why, knowing this, that know ye not that we shall judge angels, man, how much more the things that, like it says right here, how much more the things that pertain to this life, man. So you can't compare having that ability, having that power to now, man. So why you want to waste your life here in America trying to get a consolation prize? Because we're trying to get the ultimate prize, which is the kingdom. All right, the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, that's the ultimate prize. But yeah, these guys, they They're busy trying to get the consolation, man. They're trying to get they're trying to get second place. All right. Really, they're trying to get third place because Esau got this he's got this second place spot right now, man, because Esau is letting these Jakes have it, man. But in the kingdom, you know, hey, like I said before, man, the kingdom is going to be beautiful, man. All right. And the reason why I said that, man, because really, man, Jake could take wickedness to a whole nother level, man. And that's true, man. You can see clear examples of that, man. Even Esau wouldn't even be caught doing that kind of stuff, man, that Jay be doing. All right. So now going from there, man, I want to get the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17. It says, wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing. Touch not the unclean thing, man, and I will receive you. All right. It said, look, be ye separate from these people, man. Get yourself away from them. All right. But I'm gonna grab another precept in just a second, which is gonna clear it up a little bit. It's gonna give you more understanding. So I'm gonna read it again. It said, wherefore come out from among them and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. So in other words, don't get into the ways of America. Don't have nothing to do with it. Get away from it. Get away from these people, man. All right. Separate yourself from the company of these people. Okay. Because there's been plenty of testimonies to where you know, you had guys in Great Millstone. There's actually been caught up in some mess because they've been around 2/3, man. All right. And what's that? Yeah, that's true, man. I mean, you hang around 2/3, man, the Lord might have something happen, you know, just to have you either learn a lesson or to jack you up, man. You never know. All right. You just have to pray and hope that the Lord deliver you out of what situation that you're in, man. All right. But the main point is that to get yourself away from these people, man. All right. That's right, man. That's right. Yeah, man. They really when it really boils down to is that they have no faith. All right. Because when you have faith, that faith gives you vision. All right. Because why? Because what's the scripture say about faith, man? It said faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. All right. Because these people, you know, they can't see it, right? They can't see the kingdom. They can't see what's about to happen pretty soon, even though they're telling them, you know, the prophecies. All right. But yeah, we have the vision. All right. What's that mean? We have the faith. All right. We have a future. Okay. And yet they don't believe in their future, man. They think that this is it, man. They think that this is it for them, man. They think that America is going to be the very last place to live in. Is going to be here forever. All right. So therefore, that's why they have that mentality of that, you know, that there's no future for them, and this is pretty much it. All right. Now, let's see. Going from there, I was at 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17. And yeah, and I'm gonna read the rest of it saying, and will be a father unto you, and ye shall be my sons and daughters, saith the Lord Almighty. All right, going back to what I was saying earlier, man, being joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. All right, because yeah, we are the children of the Lord, man. We're the children of Yahweh Shem Shai, man. The sons of God. Okay. Now, there's a precept that I'm thinking about that ties into what you're saying about concerning you know, it's people not having a future or not even thinking about the future. Let me see if I can type it in real quick. See, I know it got to be in Micah. I know for sure. There it is. So Micah chapter 2, verse 10, it said, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you, even with a sore destruction. All right. So there you go, man. Say, arise ye and depart. In other words, look, gotta get out of the ways of America. Now, some guys take it literal and say, oh, we got to get out of here. We got to leave America, in which GOCC actually advocated that, man. They were on record for saying that. All right, that they had to leave America. But no, that's not literal, man. It said, "Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest," man. In other words, man, it's just saying, depart from the ways of America, man. You don't have to get up and get a plane ticket to leave. All right. It said, because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a sword destruction. All right. And you know, Jake, you know, they love. I mean, I equate these 2/3 Jakes to being pigs, man. Because you know what a pig does? You try to wash a pig, you know what it does? It goes back into the mud and dirties itself up again and goes back and wallow in the mud. All right. In which, hey, pigs is really, man, the swine is unclean. All right. And like I said before, man, what I read earlier, it says, touch not the unclean thing, man. That's why I said earlier, man, get yourself away from the company of these 2/3, man. Okay. Now, going from there, I want to get, and yeah, I'm gonna get this right here. But before I get this, I made a statement earlier about how the prophets conducted themselves back then, because yeah, we do come in the spirit of prophecy, all right, because we are those prophets coming back in the reincarnation or regeneration, all right, and we act in the same manner, all right, because for one thing, man, we don't, you know, we don't consider this life, man, because we're about to get up out of here pretty soon, man. Okay, there's the book of Job, chapter 3 and verse 1. It says, after this opened Job his mouth, and we know Job, right? He was a man of integrity, man. He's a great man of integrity. All right. And the Lord pretty much tested him, right, to see what how his faith was, man. It tested his faith. All right. And he was approved of the Most High. Okay. Now it says, I'm gonna read again. So after this, opened Job his mouth and cursed his day. What's that mean? He cursed the day he was born, man. Right. Actually, it goes further into it. It said, and Job spake and said, let the day perish when I was born, in the night in which it was said, there is a man child conceived. All right. So Job pretty much cursed the day he was born. He didn't want to be that, man. Because Job already knew what was going on. He already knew what was going to happen, man. All right. It said, let that day be darkness, let not the Most High regard it from above, neither let the light shine upon it. All right. So in other words, man, he's like I said, man, he cursed the day he was born, man. That's exactly how we are, man. We're born here in America, man. We're born here into slavery. Okay. So why you want to celebrate the day of your birth, being born here in America, being born in the place where you have to be servitude under these devils, man? All right. You should be in the same attitude as you know, the men of the Lord, man. All right. As the men of the ancient world, Slakia. All right. It said, let darkness in the shadow of death stain it. Let a cloud dwell upon it. Let the blackness of the day terrify it. All right. As for that night, let darkness seize upon it. Let it not be joined unto the days of the year. Let it not come into the number of the months. All right. So that's pretty much it on that, man. We're in the same manner, man. We curse the day that we were born, man. All right. Now the odd guy, Romans chapter 12, verse 2. I'm gonna read it in a little bit, but I'm gonna grab one more precept before I get yours. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 20, verse 14. It says, cursed be the day when I was born. This is Jeremiah speaking. All right. Another prophet said, cursed be the day wherein I was born. Let not the day when my mother bare me be blessed. All right. So he's saying, man, just don't even bless my day. He doesn't even want to regard it, man. Shoot. We don't want to regard our days, man. All right. It says, because really, man, our birthday is just another, how should I put it? Another stamp in our lives to where, well, damn, it's been 20 some years since I've been in slavery, man. All right. That's how our mind works. Okay. And it said, let not the day wherein my mother bare me be blessed. All right. Cursed be the man who brought tidings to my father, saying, a man child is born unto thee, making him very glad. And that's the spirit. Because look, just like Job, Jeremiah, you know, they're both prophets, and we're also prophets, and we understand, you know, the position that we're in, man. All right. So you knowing the position that you're in, man, and you'll be in the same mode. All right. If you understood where you are you know, understanding what time it is, should I say, then you will be in the same mode. All right. But that's it on that. Now this is Romans chapter 12, verse 2, what I got right here after reading those. And those are just examples of, prophets back in the ancient world having the same mind as we do. All right. Because yeah, we curse the day that we were born, man, being born here in slavery and having to, having birthdays and stuff like that, having to benchmark our lives here in slavery. There's Romans chapter 12, verse 2. And it says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your minds, that ye may prove what is that good, that acceptable, perfect will of the Most High. All right. So like our guy right here in this precept, man, said, be not conformed to this world. All right. In other words, don't join yourself to this world, man. Don't cling yourself to this world. All right. In other words, being complacent, man, because that's really a curse, man. Being having the ability to do that, because us, Jake, we're real quick to adapt to a certain environments, man, and really that's a curse for us at this present time, man, because at the being able to adapt so quickly, you start to become complacent, man. That complacent spirit try to get on you. All right. But it says right here, it said, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your minds. And how you do that, man? All right. You continually dwell in the scriptures, man. You continually toil in the scriptures. All right. And not only that, man, just continually learning. And that's a part of being built up in the truth. All right. Because guess what, man? The renewal of your mind, you have to put away the things that you once knew back in your past life, right? And put on Yahweh Shai. Okay. Give yourself over to the mind of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right. And renew your own mind. Okay. Because we come in the spirit of Yahweh Shai. All right. We dwell in the same mind as Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. All right. That's why we're one body. We operate in the same way. All right. Just how Yahweh Shai operate the same way as his heavenly Father does. Okay. It said that you may prove what is that good, that acceptable, perfect will of the Most High. And that's just going back to being spiritual. Okay. Being able to prove what's good and acceptable, and the acceptable, perfect will of the Most High, man. That's being spiritual. And but on the other hand, the ones who are carnal, they can't prove what's good and acceptable to the Most High, man. They can't prove his will or the perfect will of the Most High. Okay. Because they're carnal, man. They can't understand the things of the spirit, because when you're dealing in the realm of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, everything has to be in the spirit, man. You cannot bring no sort of carnality into it whatsoever. All right. I mean, that's just the bottom line. Okay. But going from those two precepts, I had another one, which actually ties into the other precept that I had earlier. It's John chapter 17, verse 9. It says, I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. All right. So it lets you know right there, man. Yahweh Shai is not dealing with the whole house of Israel. He's only dealing with the elect, man. All right. And he said he prayed not for the world. Okay. And that's even to this day, man. He doesn't pray for the world, man. He doesn't consider the world. All right. He only considers the elect, the election, 144,000. All right. Because he understood, like I said before, man, understanding, and that I'm gonna use that word a lot too, man. Understanding, because like the scriptures say, man, look, even though you gain wisdom, you have to understand it. Roughly paraphrasing. Okay. It says, I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. All right. So we belong to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. It said, all mine are thine, and thine are mine. I am glorified in them. And now I am no more in the world. All right. Because Yahweh Shai is not here anymore. He's in the spirit world. All right. But these are in the world. Okay. So we still have to dwell among these 2/3 Jakes, man. We still have to be around them. Why is that? Because that's just going back to what I was saying earlier about separating yourself from the company of these people. Even though we do that, we still had to be around them to a certain extent when we go out on the highways and byways. All right. But as far as being on dealing in our daily lives, man, we won't be around 2/3 Jakes, man. All right. The only time that we have to deal with 2/3 Jakes is when we out there in the highways and byways, man. But other than that, we're just either to ourselves or with the other Akim. All right. Because what's the thing about, just being around these 2/3 niggas, man. I mean, what kind of conversation are you gonna have with 2/3? All right. It's not gonna be spiritual, it's not gonna be filled with wisdom. It's all gonna be like, hey man, you catch the basketball yesterday? Because the basketball game? You didn't catch that game yesterday. And that's what they're gonna talk about. You ever saw the latest sneakers? You know? And that's what they're gonna talk about, man. So what type of conversation are you gonna have with them, man? There's a precept that actually backs that up, man. All right. And yeah, Khan, how the example of how the prophets view things, man. Yeah, and that's exactly how we view things around here, man. Because once again, man, going back and understanding. All right. I mean, it's one thing to know wisdom and to actually understand it. All right, but that's one thing. But understand the times that we're in, man. That's another thing that they don't understand. All right, just knowing what time you're in. Okay. Now, Dog got a precept right here. It said Jonah chapter 4 verse 3. It said, therefore, now, O Lord, take, I beseech thee, my life from me, for it is better for me to die than to live. All right, so even Jonah had the same spirit as Jeremiah and Job, man. All right, that's hence the title of the video, man. It said, and they love not their lives unto death, man, because once again, they're just going back and understanding of what time we're in, man. Okay. I said, I'm gonna read again. It said, therefore now, O Lord, I beseech thee, or should I say, therefore now, O Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, take, I beseech thee, my life from me, for it is better for me to die than to live. Because when you basically dealing in prophecy, man, you understand that look, affliction is gonna come, like we covered earlier in the live stream. Affliction is gonna come, suffering is gonna come. All right, chastening is gonna come, because really, the Lord's dealing with you if you're being chastened, man. That's another precept on that. Let me get it real quick. It said, therefore, despise not the chastening of the Lord, because really, when He chastens you, He's really testing you, improving you to be the man of the Lord, man. That's how you, like the scripture say about bringing the 1/3 through the fire, right? And trying them as gold is tried and as silver is refined, man. And guess what it said? It said they should also call on my name. Okay, so there it is again, man. That's that name again. All right. See if I can get it real quick. Okay, here it is. So it's Job chapter 5 verse 17. It says, behold, happy is the man whom the Most High correcteth. Therefore, despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. All right, so there it is, man. It said, happy is the man whom the Most High corrected. Therefore, despise not the chastening of the Almighty. So it said, look, don't despise that chastening, man. You go through the afflictions. All right, that's just letting you know that you're doing the right thing. All right, because you know and we already we will understand this, that things don't happen for no reason, man. All right, everything happens for a reason. Okay, I mean, there's nothing out of control of you. How about Shem Yahushai? Okay, so it said, happy is the man whom the Most High corrected. Okay. But yeah, man, that was just another example of the prophets. That's the whole demeanor, man. That's the way they think. Okay, that's how we think. Okay. Now going back to John chapter 17, I believe I was at verse 11. It says, and now I am no more in the world, but these are in the world, and I come to thee. And I come to thee, Holy Father, keep through thine own name, and there's that name again, those whom thou hast given me, that they may be one as we are. All right. While I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. And it's that, you cannot get around that name, man. All right. I mean, it's just, I don't mean to do this neither, man. It's written right here. All right. I mean, Yahweh Shem Yahushai is got it in for IUIC, man. Okay. It says, I kept them in thy name, which we're being kept in the name now. It said, those that thou gavest me, I have kept, and none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scripture might be fulfilled. All right. So out of that 144,000 number, not one of them is going to be lost. It's lucky. He's not going to lose not one of them, man. If a guy falls out, then he was never of this thing, man. All right. But he said, because scripture, roughly paraphrasing, it says, he was among us, but he was not of us. All right, for the ones that fell out. Okay. It says, verse 13, it says, and now come I to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves. I have given them thy word, this word, this prophecy, this knowledge, right? And the world hath hated them. Once again, going back to what I was saying earlier, man, that for my own people, not only my own people, but the rest of the other nations that pass by, they hate us, man, because they know deep down in their spirit that we're in authority. All right. Why is that? Because like it says right here, it says, I have given them thy word. All right. And when we go out there, we speak with authority, man, because we have the spirit to discern from what's right and wrong. Okay. Which given to us by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. It said, and the world had hated them. Now I'm gonna look up that word world real quick, just for the sake of edification. See, there it is. All right. Cosmos. You already know what that word cosmos means. It means an apt or harmonious organization. That's talking about is Israel, man. For those of you who do understand about the word world, that's why you got to go into these words, because the word world, man, it can mean 3 different things in the Greek. So that's why you got to go into these words, just throwing that out there. But it's in the world, which cosmos, right, which means that's talking about Israel, had hated them, because even when Yahushua was walking the earth in the flesh, he said his own didn't receive him. All right, they looked at him as an outsider, man, because they hated him, man. All right, and guess what? So they hated him. The ones that come in his name, which is his prophets, the true men of the Lord, they're gonna hate them as well, man. They're gonna hate us, man. There's no way around it. Okay. Do I say in the world had hated them because they are not of the world? In other words, we don't do the same things they do. We're looked at as outsiders. And actually, I'm gonna get the next precept, which ties into the verse 14. It says, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Okay. Now I'm gonna go back to the chat real quick. Yeah, see, going back to the name, man, the Lord himself is cutting IUIC, man, because that name, man, I mean, the scripture where it speaks about that no man the ones that call on the name of the Lord shall be saved. All right, and they can't get around that scripture. They can't. It's written right there in plain sight. All right, there's even more scriptures that goes into different topics that speak about the name of the Lord. So they really can't even get around that, man. That's why we keep saying that guys are gonna continually fall out of IUIC. All right, I understand what he's doing, man. Okay, but continuing on, it says actually verse 14. I'm gonna read it again. It says, I have given them thy word, and the world hath hated them, because they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. All right. So there it is, man. Now I'm gonna go to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, and I'm starting at verse 1. It says, but the souls of the righteous are in the hand of the Most High, and there shall no torment touch them. In the sight of the unwise, they seem to die, and their departure is taken for misery. See, and that ties into what I was reading earlier, because they look at it as strange, these guys are bugged out, they crazy, and they say everything else under the sun about us. All right. That's why going back to what I was reading earlier, in the book of let's see if I can find it again. In the book of John chapter 17, verse 14, it says the world had hated them because they are not of the world. So we're not of the two-thirds Jakes, man. We're not of 2/3 Israel. All right. And they look at us as us, about to die, because they see us as like, oh man, this guy's messed up. Look at him, man. Actually, there's an example of that happening. And we know this guy, Baloo, talking about a person, he's trying to get him on the diet, he look like he hasn't been on a diet, and stuff like that. And that's the type of mentality 2/3 have, man. That's what they say about us, man. All right. And it says in their departure is taken for misery. All right. And they're going from us to be utter destruction, but they are in peace. All right. It said they're going from us. In other words, saying, man, these guys are going to get taken out one of these days. And that's the type of mindset that they have. All right, because we're out there on the front lines, man. They're like, man, these guys are gonna get killed for what they're doing, man. All right. It said, but they are in peace. All right. Why is that, man? Because, man, we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. Therefore, man, we have a clear conscience about what we're doing. All right. And it's also, at verse 4, it said, for though they be punished in the sight of men. All right. So, we might catch flack, for what we're doing. Right. And they see that, and they're saying, oh, man, these guys are crazy, man. There's no way that these are men of the Lord, man. All right. Reading on, it says, yet is there hope full of immortality. Let's see, and there's hope again, man. It said our hope is full of immortality, man. All right. And that's the benefits of the kingdom. Immortality, man. All right. Leaving on the mortal. All right. Leaving the mortal and put on the immortal. All right. Leaving the corruptible and put on the incorruptible. Okay. And it also said, and having been a little chastised, all right, they shall be greatly rewarded. And I know the other did a video recently where I put my priest up in his video, which he went into a similar lesson about verse 5, which I brought out right here. It said, though having been a little chastised, they shall be greatly rewarded. All right. Because guess what? The chastisement that we go through, man, is nothing but is little compared to what Yahushua went through, man. I mean, whenever we go through things, man, we have to always have that in the back of our mind where, man, Yahushua went through a lot more than what we're going through. So why am I sitting here worrying about, what I'm going through? All right, he went through a lot more than I did. All right. But just for the little chastisement, guess what it said? It said, they shall be greatly rewarded. Okay. For the Most High proved them, as I was talking about earlier, Most High putting us through the affliction and the suffering just to prove us, right? And found them worthy for himself. As gold in the furnace hath he tried them and received them as a burnt offering. All right. And guess what scripture ties in with that? All right. Basically giving up our bodies as a living sacrifice. All right. Giving up our bodies as a living sacrifice. That's what the scripture is talking about. Where it says he received them as burnt offering. Because as we're going through the fire, the spiritual fire, all right, as we're going through the suffering, we're giving up our bodies as a living sacrifice. We gave up our past lives to follow after the Lord and to do this work. All right. And as we're doing it, we're getting tested and proved to be as gold. Okay. And that's pretty much it on that. I know I got another precept somewhere. Actually, I'm gonna go back to John chapter 17, verse 15. It says, I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. All right. So there it is again, man. He said he prayed that he prayed not that that he should take us out of the world, right? Because we have a duty to fulfill. All right. We have a job to do. Right. So we'll still have to be here until the rest of the elect wakes up, man. The prophecies are fulfilled. All right. But that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. And once again, man, keeping us away from the BS of these 2/3, man, keeping us way out of the madness. All right. So he said, don't take them out of the world, right? But he said, but keep them from the evil. Okay. So there you go, man. That just pretty much broke it down for you right there. All right. That's John chapter 17, verse 16. It says, they are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth. All right. So there you go, man. It says, sanctify them through thy truth. Thy word is truth, man. This word, man, is in its entirety, man. The whole roll from front to back, man. Old Testament and New Testament. All right. We're being sanctified through it. We're being cleansed by it, in which this is fire, man. All right. And I believe Ezekiel, which speaks about, look, Lord, I'm a man of unclean lips, man. But the angel took a live coal and put it on his mouth, right? And which that was symbolic because this word is like fire. All right. And which coal, charcoal, really, that's a cleaning agent. If you really do some research on charcoal, right? Actually, activated charcoal is a cleansing agent. All right. So therefore, man, hey, really that charcoal, hey, look, that lets you know, man, there's a deeper means of that. All right. So going on from there, where was I? All right, so this is Matthew chapter 6, verse 31. It says, therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or withal shall we be clothed? All right. So it says right here, man, say, take no thought what you're going to eat or what you're going to drink or what you're going to be clothed with. All right. Because you never know, man. Hey, the day of the Lord might be tomorrow. Might be the day after tomorrow. Might be next week. Might be the next hour. You don't know that. All right. So it said, that's why I said, man, take no thought what you're going to do. All right. Now, reading on, it says, for after all these things do the Gentiles seek. And you already know what that means. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. All right. Gentiles is talking about the ones who are not in this truth, man. The ones that don't know who they are. All right. Talking about 2/3. Okay. So the 2/3 seek after these things. The 2/3 look at the things what they're gonna do to, what they're gonna do next month, next year, 2 years, 3 years, 20 years, 30 years. All right. And that says, but seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. All right. So it said, but seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, man. So this truth comes first over everything, man. All right. And it says, and his righteousness. Okay. And all these things shall be added unto you. It said, take therefore no thought for tomorrow shall take thought for the things of itself. So it said, don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow will handle itself, man. Okay. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. All right. So that's it on that precept, man. Okay. Now, going from there, I want to get the book of Luke chapter 12, verse 16, because this also describes the precept which I just read in Matthew chapter 6, because you got, IUIC, they think that they're gonna continually build and try to get to a big, camp, try to be the best and biggest camp out there. But that this is what they don't know, man. They don't know that pretty soon this place is gonna go down, man. So they're too busy trying to build, and we're busy trying to destroy, man. And that's just pretty much self-explanatory, man. They're too busy trying to build what they got now, and when we're sitting here trying to destroy this basically this infrastructure, this stronghold that's here in America, man. All right. Now this is Luke chapter 12, verse 16. So that just goes to show you, man. Really, the stunning the work of the Lord, man. They're really hindering the work. All right, by doing that. But they're set up for a reason, man. They're set up to weed out Israel between the 1/3 and the 2/3, man. All right. Now going to verse 16 in Luke chapter 12, it says, and he spake a parable unto them, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentiful. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room where to bestow my fruits. And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater. And there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. So in other words, he's saying, look, he's got all his land and he has no room to bestow his fruits, right? It says he's going to pull down his barns and build greater, man. All right. And it's in verse 19, it says, I will say to my soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease, eat, drink, and be merry. And see, there we go, man. All right. So he said to himself, man, I got all these goods laid up, man. I got all this for like many years, man. I'm good, man. I'm good all the way up until I die. All right. That's what he thought within himself. All right. Now, he told him, say, look, man, I'm just going to rest, right? Take thine ease. All right. I'm going to eat whatever I can. I'm going to drink whatever I want. And I'm going to be happy with what I got. Okay. Now, verse 20, it says, but the Most High said unto him, right? The ultimate power, I forgot who said it, man. It said the ultimate Yahweh, the supreme Yahweh, right? So it said, but the Most High said unto him, thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then who shall those things be which thou hast provided? He said, look, tonight you're gonna die, man. Tonight you're gonna die. You're not gonna wake up tomorrow. And he called him a fool for that, man. He called him a fool for thinking that he's gonna continue to live and eat and drink and be merry, all right, and that he's good for years and years to come. But he said, look, hey, you about to die tonight, man. All right. So it said, who shall these things be which thou hast provided? So in other words, who's gonna have all this, man? All right. And this goes into him laying up treasure for him. So actually, let me read the next verse. It says, so is he that laid up treasure for himself and is not rich toward the Most High. All right, see, there it is, man. All right, these people, these guys, man, and these other Israelite camps are too busy trying to build up the carnal bank account, their physical bank account, trying to prepare themselves for the future, and yet not knowing that the Most High is about to end this place very soon, man. All right, and that's that, man. All right, but yeah. Actually, let me go back to this one. I don't believe I read this one yet. This is Matthew chapter 19, verse 27. It says, then answered Peter and said unto him, behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What shall we have therefore? All right. So in other words, it's just like us, man. We're saying, look, man, we forsake all, man. We put away our lives and we followed after Yahushua, man. So what we're gonna have afterwards? All right. We come in the same spirit. And Yahushua said unto them, because Yahushua already answered that question. Verily, which is truly, all right, because Yahweh Shem Yahushua is not a man that shall lie. It says, I say unto you that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, this is, people don't even understand what regeneration is, man. That's basically talking about reincarnation, man. You're still that same spirit, but you come back in a different body and you're going to be in that same lot. All right. Daniel was put back in that same lot. All right. Ezra was put back in that same lot. All right, all the prophets were put back in the same lot. Okay. This says, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory. All right, when Yahushua retake his kingdom, all right, he established his kingdom on the planet Earth, all right, and take his throne. It says, ye also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. So there it is, man. So he was talking about his 12 disciples, but really stem down to us, man, because we're also going to be the judges, man. But there's an order to the kingdom, man. There's an order of authority. Okay. That's Matthew chapter 19, verse 29. It says, everyone that hath forsaken houses or brethren or sisters or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake. Oh my goodness, man. Yeah, that's the Lord doing this, man. For my name's sake, for Yahweh Shem Yahushua's sake, the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. All right. So you forsake all these things for his name's sake. All right. You shall receive 100-fold, man, and inherit everlasting life, which that's the benefit of the kingdom, man. That's the reward of the kingdom. Okay. So that's it on that, man. I believe I don't have no more precepts lined up, man. But there it is again. That just let you know that, look, that's let you know that the elect has the mindset, man, that we don't love our lives unto death, man. All right, because we're at the very end of this thing. Prophecies are speedily happening. All right, and are about to happen as time passes, because Trump is he's sprinting down the track right now, man. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna read this last precept and then I'm gonna close it on out. This James chapter 5, verse 11. It says, behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard of the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. All right. So it says, right, like I brought out, man, it says, look, behold, we count them happy which endure. And yeah, we are happy that we endure, man. We're happy that we go through slanders and being called out our names, man. We count it as happiness, man. Actually, I'm gonna get another precept that ties into that, man. Let's see. I think I might be paraphrasing it the right way. And see, I was going to end it, man, but see, that's how the spirit works, man. Okay. Let's see. I know it's in the book of Acts. See if I can find it real quick. Bear with me for 1 second. Okay. I know it's in the book of Acts. Oh, here it is. Acts chapter 5. That's it. All right. And it's Acts chapter 5, verse 40. It says, to him they agreed, and when they called the apostles and beaten them, they commanded that they should not speak in the name of Yahushua. And you know what goes on with Great Millstone, man? They continually slander us for calling on the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right. They, they throw our names into the dirt, saying that, y'all call on, the Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which and this guy, the lemur, he made fun of the name of the Lord, calling him Yoplay. All right. And and they still continually bash us for calling on the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and when the scriptures completely tell you to call on his name, man. Because who you going to pray to and who you going to ask for, who you going to call on for salvation when that time comes, man. All right. I mean, these guys are just out of here, man. All right. It said, and they commanded that they should not speak in the name of Yahushua and let them go. All right. In other words, man, they're saying, look, man, don't even teach in that name anymore, man. All right. And that's what they do to Great Millstone, man. They tell us, man, look, we are bug outs for even mentioning the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Okay. It said, and they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing, right? Rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name. And daily in the temple and in every house, they ceased not to teach and preach Yahushua HaMashiach. So there it is again, man. It said when they departed from the council, guess what they did, man? They didn't leave out of the, crying and, going, man, oh my God. And they weren't doing all that, man. They were like, yeah, man, we actually doing something right, And that's how we are, man. We're in that mode where, like, yeah, man, this is exactly what needs to be done, man. We're doing the right thing. All right. So we rejoice when we receive that kind of shame, man. All right. That's why I said, man, said rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name. So yeah, we're gonna suffer shame for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. All right. That ties into the other precept that I brought out earlier, man. That's a perfect precept, all right. But once again, man, that pretty much seals the deal. Hopefully the rest of the Ak can be edified by the live stream, man. I know the Ak definitely was edified and fed, man. Our one, Lord willing, I'll be back next time to do another live stream, man, and to bring more edification to the body, man. All right, and we almost out of here, okay? And like I said before, man, this this video is entitled, man, they love not their lives unto death, in which that's the complete spirit that we in, man. That's the total basically that's the whole demeanor that we in, man. Okay. And that's how the rest of the DJ should be today too, man. But like I said, man, that's why we have a separation between the 1/3 and the 2/3, man. Which out of that 1/3 comes the elect. Okay. So because we understand what time it is, man. Okay. But once again, man, I'm closing out the live stream, man, and Shalom, man. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barakatah to the Ak in the chat, man. Brother Irawam. Channel name is Mysteries of the Kingdom. All right, y'all want to check him out. Once again, man, his channel is Mysteries, which is plural, Mysteries of the Kingdom. All right, y'all want to check the Ak out. He definitely putting up edifying videos, man. All right. So with that, man, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. All right, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule very well, man. And peace and safety to the hopefully elect that's also doing this work in all faith, true, and sincerity, man. And once again, man, we almost out of here. Okay. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.